Hello everyone, I am Surrender the Awesome, and I'm back, and I'm ready to look at some more r/InsaneParents. Without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so this first post here says, burn it all down. And this person here says, I have resorted to burning Pokemon cards as punishment when my kid doesn't do basic stuff he has to do. The basic stuff is eating. He comes home without having eaten any of his lunch. Card burnt. He doesn't eat enough dinner. Card burnt. Bear in mind, my kid is 4.5 feet tall at age 7 and yet weighs less than 55 pounds. He needs to put on some weight, specifically muscle. Mate, you probably shouldn't be doing that, mate. I mean, seriously, I think that can be, kinda. I think your kid might actually have an eating disorder, and I think you need to actually have him go see a doctor or something. And with this one, I am definitely going to have to give this a 40 out of 10. I mean, you are seriously making your kid actually. You're basically forcing your kid to have to eat, or else their cards are going to be burned. And in seriousness, you're probably not looking. And in all seriousness, you seriously need to have him see a doctor, otherwise, before this problem gets worse, because that sounds like he has an eating disorder, not like you need to burn his cards because he won't eat. Oh God, just imagine how this poor kid is gonna grow up. I just need to vent. I'm still very new to crochet, and this is my very first C2C, which, yeah, this pattern does look really good, I gotta admit. I gave it as a gift to a coworker on Friday for her baby that is due in January. Today, she left it laying on my desk with a note that says, these aren't appropriate colors for my daughter. I'm heartbroken and just disgusted. Well, your coworker is also a real POS for, writing that. I mean, seriously, that looks like you put a lot of time and effort into making that just for them and their kid, but your coworker just had to be an absolute POS and do that. I think with this one, I'm definitely gonna probably have to rate this probably a 20 out of 50. Just for being a real POS to you, and also, I don't want to imagine how their kid's gonna grow up. Posted in an anti-vax, anti-mask group, it made me so sad for this poor kid. Any breathable masks for kids? Oh, I don't know. Face masks, maybe? Update. Decided I will be pulling him from the basketball team. He will be in tears, but I don't want him passing out. Thank you all. Mate, as the son of a veterinarian, and my dad does do surgeries on on your pets. Yeah, he has to wear a mask to do that to maybe prevent his germs from getting on your pet's insides, and also to prevent those germs from breathing in, and so he can so he can not breathe in those germs that he while he's performing surgeries. And also, I recently got a job at Lowe's where I have to wear a mask for hours at a time, and yeah, I am just gonna have to tell you that you're gonna probably have to get used to breathing with a mask if you keep because seeing how these anti-maskers are gonna keep up this behavior, I because of these anti-maskers. I think with this one, I'm gonna probably have to rate this a 30 out of, actually probably more of a 25 out of 50. You're seriously pulling your kid from the basketball team because you refuse to wear a simple face cloth. I do understand how frightening it must be to give kids chemo, but this person will end up killing their child if it turns out to be cancer. Cancer in children? How can you avoid the poisonous cancer treatments without CPS, DCSF getting involved? Where do you go for alternative treatment? Mate, look, if it's actually cancer, you're gonna kill your kid if you don't give them treatment. Edit to explain the details. He's died. We have inconvenienced ourselves and others throughout his life, including pregnancy to avoid medications, including injections from the start. Added sugar canes, um, plastic as much as possible, dyes, etc., etc., etc. We've juiced fermented food, turned the Wi-Fi off at night. You know, what is it with these people? What is it with anti-vaxxers and the Wi-Fi? I mean, seriously, Wi-Fi is the only way that you're going to be able to post your crazy conspiracy stuff. Only recently got a cell phone, which we treated as a home phone and barely use, etc. We've done the GAPS diet for 1 week with immediate results. He has only constipated, but I didn't realize that was all it was. He has never had so much as an ear infection. I find that really hard to believe, mate. Uh, we did it. We did all of this because we are Christians and we believe that we are responsible to do our best to take care of our bodies, not because he seemed unhealthy in any way. He has tumors in his neck consistent with lymphomia, and we are waiting for the biopsy so to find out if they are cancerous. Mate, if you refuse the chemotherapy, you have basically caused the death of your son. And with this one, I'm gonna probably have to give this a 50 out of 50. Just due to how stupid this person is for actually declining stuff like chemo, which I know it can be scary as the son of a cancer survivor, as well as a veterinarian. I can tell you that yes, it can be scary. Well, but look, you should really still get chemo, even if just because it will save your kid, or at least it will really improve their chances of survival. Horrible dad hires new age quack to fix autistic daughter. Leaves testimony listing everything he hates about her, but that he thinks he has improved thanks to angel energy. Will surprise the wife. Testimonial for Atlantis scalar relief from autism energy work. Um, okay, I'm gonna probably do this in my normal voice. I had the service performed on my 14-year-old daughter about 2 weeks ago. She was diagnosed about 1.5 years ago with level 1 autism. She suffered from anxiety and social issues and had a negative attitude towards life. Well, mate, I think what you really need to do is you perhaps need to learn how to parent someone who has autism. She also walks on her tippy toes, as starting 2 years ago, and flaps her hands when she gets excited. Well, yeah, they people have ways of showing excitement. She also wouldn't wear her glasses or contact lens because she feared people would make fun of her. She has picked on she was picked on she was picked on in 6th grade and has no friends. Well, kids are jerks. So, yeah. She hates tags on clothing. Plus, side to her autism is that she was born with high intelligence. Well, yeah, that sounds like a good thing. She is taking advanced classes in school and starts high school in fall. 2 weeks have passed, and she is more extrovert, and as she is able to go into stores by herself. She's becoming more social with family and strangers, and she is having a better attitude on life as she is more polite. She even went out of her way the other day and held the door for an elderly lady. The autism has made my daughter stubborn, and she had to do it all in her way or a meltdown. Well, yeah, that is kind of the thing with autism is more or less they kind of like to stick to a schedule, otherwise then it's going to cause problems. Recently, she became more and more agreeable. She has even been taking a liking to doing karate and has been improved greatly this past year. Complete 180 degree, even though even the tags on her clothing doesn't bother her as much. Today, was willing to be able to put in our contacts lenses, which is a major feat my wife has noticed at the great improvement in my daughter, and she's in disbelief. I haven't told my wife yet about purchasing this service because she doesn't believe in spirits and angels, unlike my wife. And unlike my wife, I have seen spirits of deceased relatives. Well, that's probably a lie, especially my deceased father. Oh, hey, by the way, I just so happen to have my room being haunted by Abraham Lincoln. You will not believe it. Um, okay. So I have a lot of more faith. Yeah, just like how the part where my room is haunted by Abraham Lincoln. Oh, and by the way, he's even standing right next to me. I bet you really would never guess that. I am waiting to see how she continues to improve, and then I'll surprise my wife. I'm sure I'm very happy with the service, and I would highly recommend it. Um, Mate, it's probably more of a thing of you probably is more or less learning to mask the thing. And also, no service works that quickly. And, you know, I think you could probably learn how to perhaps parent someone who's autistic better or maybe sooner. Maybe you could probably take them to get diagnosed. Maybe you should probably take them to get diagnosed sooner. But, you know, I think it's mainly down to parenting an autistic child, not just getting some random person who says that they are a service to help you. And also, and also, as far as your post is concerned, the service has worked for 2 weeks, and your daughter has improved in like a year, so that's probably more or less down to some parenting changes. I think with this one, I'm gonna probably have to give this probably a 35 out of 50. I think with that, that's gonna do it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.